When I met her, I remember having this sort of almost Hollywood-style interaction where there was someone playing violin in the background. And as we kind of got through dinner, conversation was flowing. And she told me about lupus, and I hadn't heard of this disease ever in my life. At first I was a little bit scared, I'm not going to lie, but it was a real eye-opening experience getting to know her through it because I saw what an amazing person she was through it.
She has struggled her entire life with this disease, and yet she has the best attitude of any person I've ever met.
A lot of people, I think, sometimes look at me and may think certain things, may think, oh, she does her hair and she wears makeup, so she must be feeling great. And she doesn't look like she has lupus, or she doesn't have to work, she's so spoiled. She has the easy life. But they don't really know. My name is Kelli, and I have lupus. I would go in and out of the hospital for several years, and my longest hospital stay was actually 5 months. My time in the hospital was really difficult. I had some really great doctors, and then I had some not so great doctors who tried different tactics to somehow break me out of this fog that I was in and to tough love me to recovery. And I had an experience that comes to mind that I don't usually talk about. I was wheelchair bound at the time, and I was very weak, very frail. My muscles had atrophied. My joints were frozen. And they felt that they needed to do tough love. And so they took my wheelchair away, and they said, you are going to walk again. And in order to get to physical therapy, which was down the hall, you're going to have to crawl. And so they made me crawl to get to my appointments. It was so embarrassing. I had to see people stare at me as I was desperately trying to get out of there. I wanted out of there so bad. And I decided at that hospital stay that was it. I'm not going to let any doctor make me feel like that again. And that I was of value. I wasn't a patient that you could just throw away. That I mattered. I was raised by my wonderful mother, Patty. She raised me by herself. We struggled. We struggled financially. And then when I got sick, she took on 2 jobs. And then she would drive straight from her job over to the hospital. And then she'd stay the night with me in the hospital. And then she'd get back in her car, wearing the same clothes she wore the night before, and go straight to work. And she did everything that she could to get me the best care, to allow me to see the best specialists. That's sacrifice. That's selfless love. To put someone's life before your own. And that's what she did for me.
Kelli was bound and determined to be a mother no matter what the doctors told her. They all told her that it would be a challenge, that she would get very ill during the pregnancy, and there was a possibility she couldn't even survive the pregnancy, but that didn't stop Kelli one bit.
Lupus affects me now in a lot of different ways. I had a baby 9 months ago. I was told that I would not be able to have children and that it was a death sentence. He is a gift that I never thought I would be lucky enough to receive. And I have him, and he is just He's just awesome. I kind of like to think of myself as a car that needs constant tune-ups. So I'll go into the doctor and I'll have this tune-up or that surgery or this surgery. I've had 4 knee surgeries for joint repair from the arthritis. I've had a kidney procedure. I walked into Molly's Fund. I couldn't believe it. There were people there just like me. I remember kind of almost being shy because I felt like I was meeting a celebrity. But oh my goodness, she's so wonderful. I am so thankful that she was brave enough to start this.
She has struggled her entire life with this disease, and yet she has the best attitude of any person I've ever met. In our support group, we work very hard to be friends. We laugh and we cry. That's what we're here for.
These relationships have blossomed for Kelli, and I'm really thankful to Molly's Fund and how they've really wrapped their arms around her and embraced her.
A pastor once said to me, whatever God does not protect you from, He will perfect you through it. And I feel that 100% in my life. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story about my battle with lupus. This was just a small window into my very elaborate and tumultuous journey I've had. But thank you. All I ask is that you continue to support Molly's Fund so that that next 11-year-old girl that's diagnosed has a chance to live. And not only live, but thrive. Thank you. Thank you, Molly's Fund.